3. Hello, welcome to the presentation, Secrets of Long-Term Care Planning for the Post-COVID Age. This presentation is going to focus on helping you as an insurance agent or broker sell people what they want. The presentation was recorded in December 2020. My name is Jesse Sloan. You may know me. If not, I'm the director of the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance. AALTCI.org is our website. Also, the director and creator of the National Advisory Center for Short-Term Care Information, and the website is right down there as well, shorttermcareinsurance.org. This presentation is specifically going to focus, as you'll see, on two particular products that are available in a little bit over 31 states, the states shown in green. This is as of December 2020. If the product is not available in your states, you can still watch. You might find the information of value and help as you go forward marketing. So long-term care planning in the post-COVID age, what do I mean by that? Well, it comes down to really a very simple fact. You can only sell people something that they want. And COVID has made it very clear in people's minds what's important to them. The first thing, and I'm going to show you a slide in a second, is the ability to remain in their own home when they need care. Nursing home avoidance insurance is going to become the new phrase that really supplants traditional long-term care insurance thinking. It's the ability to remain at home. Affordability. There's no question there are more people today who are very conscious of how they spend their money. And then the third thing is well, there's a problem. For anybody who's been marketing long-term care insurance, you are aware that most people wait too long to get started. That is a problem. They want coverage when they want it. Often that's at an older age than the insurance company will allow. This is a very startling and depressing fact. If you look at it, 42% of COVID-19 deaths occurred in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. People understand that. Right now, as I'm recording, we're getting ready for vaccines. Who are going to be the first people to get the vaccine? Those who are in the healthcare field and those who are in these kinds of facilities. People want the ability to remain in their own home. COVID has only made us more aware of that. And so you're going to need a solution to offer them if you hope to get a sale. The two products that I'm going to talk about and focus on in this presentation come from Aetna, and I'll talk a little bit more about it, the company, and later on in this presentation. The first one is the Aetna Recovery Care product. I really refer to it as short-term care insurance. But legally, the NAIC and others, the insurance regulators, don't like the term short-term care insurance. They prefer recovery care. That's okay. The two are interchangeable in my mind. This is a product that gives the policyholder the choice of where they get care. Home care, assisted living, nursing home. They can get 1 year of benefits. You can actually stack some policies, and as we'll talk a little bit later, with a restoration of benefits, 1 year can actually turn into a lot more. One of the key selling points of this product is that it takes ages from 50 to 89. The second policy that we're going to talk about is the Aetna Home Care Plus policy. This is a home care indemnity up to $1,200 a week. And again, this is available for purchase up to age 89. And I can't stress enough how important that is. So, you know, I'm a strong believer and a strong supporter of traditional long-term care insurance. But clearly, anybody who's in the industry knows that policy sales have declined, certainly in the past decade, a little bit longer. And it's not because the need has changed. The need has not changed. It is as large as it always is, more so, in fact, because there are just certainly more people who are in that age band of boomers and others who are going to make it into their 80s and 90s. But consumers associate long-term care insurance with nursing home care. And as I said, post-COVID, people are going to be more focused on how can I remain at home, not in a nursing home. And even when it comes to traditional long-term care insurance, they've read so many negative reports. They have so many perceptions about the premium being expensive, and they wait too long. So all of those things combined together have resulted in a true fact that traditional long-term care insurance sales have dropped from about a high of 750,000 policies a year to a current low of between 50 and 55,000 policies a year. But planning for the post-COVID age offers you an opportunity, and that is to offer your prospects short-term care insurance. Short-term care insurance typically is 360 days. Well, anybody who's been, selling long-term care insurance for a long time, usually immediately this is where their barrier goes up. And they go, wait a second. Claims last a long time. People need lots and lots of coverage. I've heard all of these statistics and all of the facts. Well, let me share with you some truths, okay? There certainly can be long claims in long-term care insurance, but the majority, 41% of long-term care insurance claims last less than 1 year. And 83% of long-term care insurance claims lasting for 1 year or less were for home care. So when I sit on my podium and talk about the value that short-term care may be enough for people, it's because it may be. It is certainly better than nothing. Lots of people recover when they're on long-term care insurance, or they need a short-term care coverage because they just have a sudden terminal illness. And you can see the data. I usually don't just read data while it's looking at you in the face, but you can see even in nursing facilities, 11% of those policies only pay out for less than a year. So I'm a true believer that some coverage is better than none, and that for many, a 360-day policy is going to be all that they need. So let's focus for a minute on Aetna's recovery care policy. What are your prospects going to like? What's going to enable you to really open the door and get them to understand why this can be of value? Well, first of all, as we'll show, there's an option for home care only. You can more or less strip out the assisted living and the nursing home features. You can have a little bit of coverage. You can, of course, include them, but for someone who really is focused on, I really want home care, this policy gives you the opportunity to do that, and that will reduce the price. It's an indemnity policy. Listen, when it comes to getting care, anybody who's in the business knows there's nothing like cash. There's nothing like getting a check as opposed to being reimbursed and having to submit expenses. The fourth bullet down here is an incredible opportunity, and later on we'll do a whole presentation focused just on this. This policy uses unisex rates. That makes it ideal for the millions of women who are on their own. Traditional policies do not anymore use unisex rates, so women pay substantially more than men for traditional long-term care insurance. With a policy like this, unisex. There's no extra cost for monthly premiums. I used to always do a lot and would tell people, well, if you're paying your annual premium, it's a great way to reduce the cost of long-term care insurance by 5, 6, 7% often, and that can be substantial. Well, with this policy, there's no extra cost, no 90-day certification of benefits. We'll talk about that. And this is one that agents who specialize in long-term care and short-term care tell me they love about this policy. It's the restoration of benefits clause that, when you understand how it all works, can actually equal 720 days of facility max, 104 weeks of home care benefits. I know I'm glossing over this. As I said, this is an introductory presentation, as later on we'll talk about more. There are a couple of things that I don't want to forget to tell you or reinforce with this very, very strong visual. The Aetna Recovery Care Policy accepts applicants up to age 89 or through age 89. no cognitive screens, no traditional medical records. There obviously are underwriting criteria, but we're going to talk about that in a second. Age 89, though. How many people have you gotten calls from? We get them all the time from people who are just too old. Let's spend a minute talking about Aetna's Home Care Plus policy. Has many of the same pluses as the Recovery Care policy. Issue ages 50 to 89. This one pays a home care benefit of up to $1,200 a week. Offers you a couple of options. Again, indemnity, again, unisex rates, pays the benefit directly to the insured so that they can use it to reimburse the caregivers that they choose and that they want. And again, those same two, no 90-day certification and restoration of benefits, which actually means the potential, again, read the small print, we'll talk about this when we go into more high-end training, of 104 weeks of home care benefits. The long-term care specialists who I know and who share their secrets of how they're successful with this policy have looked and said, for the right client, this is an ideal coverage. I know I talked and I said I'm going to spend a minute talking about the importance of the no 90-day certification. You know, traditional policies require that 90-day certification. And I use the image that I created on the right as really the ability to show you and show your prospects what that means. Well, you know, today, a lot of conditions, people get hip and knee replacements all the time, and they are back on their feet within, 10 days. So they would never, for many conditions, while they're going to need care for a short period of time, falls, fractures, terminal cancer and hospice, hip and knee replacements, things like that are pretty common. They're not going to ever meet a traditional 90-day certification. But with these kinds of policies, the hurdles are much lower so that they actually are paying for something that they're going to benefit from. And I always share the rough fact, 30% of long-term care claims with a 0-day EP. So how do we really know? 30% of those claims do not make it to day 90. So again, you want to sell something to people that they ultimately are going to get benefit from. And that's why I'm a believer in these types of policies, because they do. We talked about at the beginning, what are people looking for? Affordability. So I ran two illustrations. One on the left is for the recovery care. That's the full policy, nursing home, home care. Here I put in a 0-day elimination period, a $200 nursing home benefit, and a $1,200 home care benefit. The nursing home benefit lasts for basically 360 days, just under a year. The home care benefit for 52 weeks. So those are the potential benefits. Ran this for the state of Illinois. 70-year-old woman, $255 a month. The Home Care Plus, now basically this is a different kind of policy, so I want to be very careful not to directly compare apples and oranges. It's sort of apples and maybe spiced applesauce. It's different. But basically, the Home Care Plus policy for that 70-year-old woman, $142 a month. So you can see this, while not everybody can afford this, certainly many, many more people can afford this than who will look at traditional policies. Simplified applications. The recovery care policy asks 7 questions. Now, granted, the 7 questions all have sub-questions to them, so it's not guaranteed issue, but it's certainly a lot easier to apply and get approved for. The Home Care Plus has 3 questions. There's a 4th question if you want an added option for cancer coverage. And actually, we have a PDF with the application questions posted right on the association's website. You just need to go to www.aaltci.org/sell-Aetna. So I'll give you a second to pause this and write this down so that you can actually see a PDF of the various questions. I want to talk a little bit about Aetna, and really why one of the other reasons that you as an agent should start thinking about this policy and adding it to your portfolio for your clients. The thing I will tell you is Aetna's basically a household name. Consumers recognize it. While every insurance company says, oh, it doesn't matter whether our name's recognizable or not, it really does. Consumers today are wary. They prefer to buy from a company they've heard of. Aetna is now owned by CVS Health, has very high ratings. People have heard the name, they recognize it, they trust it, and that's going to make your job a lot easier. And a few final reasons to get appointed, if you're not already, to sell this product. I explained that first one. How many times have you had a prospect come to you and you've had to look at them and just say, gee, I'm really sorry. Nobody will offer you coverage. You're just too old. Well, now you have a possible option. How many times have you had somebody come to you who's got an existing health condition and you've had to say to them, I'm really sorry, nobody will accept your application? Well, again, this is not guaranteed issue for these types of conditions, but, and we're going to do another program, I'll explain when I'm talking about other programs in a second, the specialists who sell this product have used exactly the words that you're seeing up there. There's possible acceptance for people with MS, Parkinson's, RA, adult autism, and stability issues following certain diagnoses like cancer, where otherwise they might have to wait a longer period of time. Here, it's to their advantage. This is why those specialists add this to their portfolio. So one of the other things too, and I'm going to talk at the end about getting appointed with Aetna, because I want to encourage you to do that, is following your appointment with the company. They have an incredibly easy system for you to use and access online. Everything that you would want, from all the product brochures, all the information. You'll be able to, I'm going to show you in a second, run quotes and actually enroll people. Training, while I think of myself as pretty technologically oriented, I'm still, well, where can I learn more? I don't want to make mistakes. They really have done a good job within Aetna of really making it easy for you as an agent to learn, to do, and do it on your own without involving other people or asking them for more. And the same thing is true about using their quote system so that you can actually quickly pull up a quote for anybody. And as you can see on the right-hand side, if you want, you can actually start the enrollment for the client or do the enrollment online. They are a very good company to work with. So I've been kind of alluding here to saying, well, we're going to cover some things later on, or we're going to have some, sales secrets from top producers. And that is exactly the case. I want to thank you for watching up till now. And we're going to encourage you to get appointed with Aetna. And when you do, using the link that's on the AALTCI website, I will help you along the way by doing webinar presentations where I will share sales secrets used by the nation's top short-term care agents. This is well beyond the kind of general product information that you typically get. I'm going to literally pick the brains of top producers. What do they say? What do they do? How do they successfully tailor proposals so that they're making sales every week using this product? And that's what we will do. And I will offer those webinars and that training exclusively to agents who are appointed with us. We also produce free exclusive marketing material so that you can go out there and have the logos of both organizations, the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance, National Advisory Center for Short-Term Care Information, and that gives you a point of differentiation from everybody else. So what I want to do is explain to you how and who should get appointed. So it's really very simple. If you've never been appointed with Aetna Health and Life or Continental Life, basically the company goes under Continental Life, but really it's Aetna, meaning that, for example, Medicare Supplement, you don't sell Aetna or Continental's Medicare Supp policy, then absolutely, when you go to our website, you're going to click that link, you're going to open the appointment system and just start to complete and get appointed. If you have been appointed or are appointed with Aetna, but you haven't sold a policy in the past 6 months, well, then you basically can also get appointed. If you are currently selling the Aetna product and you're appointed under a different marketing organization, glad that you watched, and I would encourage you to encourage them to give you more knowledge and more assistance so that you can have success selling with them, or you can call us. But basically, the extra perks that we provide, understandably, are for the agents who sell the product with us. So again, all of the information is on the association website. You want to go to www.aaltci.org/sell-Aetna. You're going to look for that little image with the Aetna and the click here. That will take you to the appointment system. You complete it all, and it really is a very, very simple process. So I want to thank you for giving me your time watching this. I want to encourage you. I want to tell you that I believe short-term care and home care only products are really going to see enormous growth in the post-COVID age. I want to encourage you to sell them to your clients and to your prospects. I believe they will be happy. You will be happy. And again, you can visit our website to become part and work with us. And thank you. Wishing you a great day.